It's time to die. Over and over and over and over and over again. I did not figure out how to do a death counter for stream yet. I'm gonna keep looking into that. Just so everyone's in the loop. Okay. Oh, I need that money. Thank you. Okay, step 1. Elden Province. I'm gonna have to do Grape Collection Part 2. That's fine. I think it... I mean, it's Hyrule Field, then Grape Collection. And then... I'm trying to think of everything I need to do before I can do the next dungeon. Like, one thing I realized thinking about this game and, like, its structure is that it has a lot to do, like, leading up to each dungeon. Which is, like, good. It, like, adds a lot more, like, story to visiting all the dungeons. But it also means that I need to remember, like, exactly what the game wants me to do at different plot points. Oh, okay. I don't know why that killed him, but I'll take it. Beautiful. So cool. Yeah, I can definitely see how some people think of this as like a very barren area, because it kind of is. Like, I think this is one thing that, like, Hyrule Field is something that I think they probably try to replicate from, like, Ocarina of Time, and it just doesn't translate well. The two different eras. It's like when somebody tries to make an HD version of Super Mario 64 in, like, Unreal Engine, and they keep all the dimensions for all the space the same, and just have really upscaled textures. Everything just feels really barren and, like, oddly empty. They just have a lot of empty space. Like, something about the older limitations of modeling, like the fewer polygons and lower resolution textures make everything, like, feel more filled out. Postman! You are creepy in this game, but still a friend. Do I have an Uka letter? I think there's like 2 letters I get right now. And I think one of them is Uka thanking me because I ran into her. No, just post office. Okay, cool. I get Uka later though. Yeah, nope. One thing I really appreciate that I really forgot happened in HD. First of all, the map has a little flag on it to show where I'm supposed to go next. I don't know if that was in Wii and GameCube or not, but I appreciate that. But I was gonna say I really appreciate how the final blow, like, immediately kills people you hit with it, instead of in the older versions where, like, you would land the blow and then it would take a little while and then they would die. Let's go collect grapes. Grape. Minda, are you ready to go grocery shopping? It's grape time. Did somebody say grapes? I have to actually run a pretty far ways to get to Eldin, don't I? There's like a whole second part of Hyrule Field I need to get to. Hi, Midna. Oh, kid sent. I wonder if you could go the whole game without picking up a scent. I mean, there's really no reason you would need to if you already know where you need to go. I don't know if the game ever checks for you having it. It might not though. It might be possible. I know in the end game it doesn't really matter what scent you have. Like, you can go back and recollect stuff. Because you can recollect Reek Fiction at any point. You can recollect Big Poe at any point. I think you can recollect Odd Medicine too. Hey, time to go get a bridge. Bridge. Getting a bridge to get some grapes. Actually loaded really fast. Game is good. It's so good. Take it to the gorge. We need it. Bridge? Hello, bridge. Perfect. I like that they just moved the bridge. They didn't destroy it, they just moved it. I don't think we can really do anything else in Howerfield as a wolf right now. There's like golden bugs here, I know, but can't get those. There's some caves too, but again, can't get to those. Hello, gate. Perfect. Shadow beasts. There are 3 of them to do the shadow beasts. I was thinking that this might be like my favorite Kakariko village in all of Zelda. It's a really solid version. Hi guys. Gather round. Gather round, I said. Gather round. Fine, I'll get you first. Whatever. There we go. I'll take that. I wanted to get them all at once, but if I need to do a batch of 1 and 2, that's fine. I really do wonder how much easier this game is going to get as we get more health. Like, obviously it's going to be easier to some degree, but also the damage you take from enemies goes up over time too. Hero. Good old that Joyon. Hero, come get the grapes. I need them. No, I did not want to talk. Where are the grapes? One of them is in there. I know some of them are in the graveyard. Oh, I'll end up in the graveyard though anyway, so that's fine. Let me up. Thank you. Great. The reunion. You found your gang. Barnes, you're bad with kids. Beth, you'll be fine. I already killed them. And Barnes just sucks. And after all this, he'll go sit in his bomb shop all day long and do nothing else. So you'll never have to see him again. Colin's trying so hard. This is so sweet. Colin just has undying faith in you. I mean, just calling out that you're gonna never be remembered for your good deeds. It's fine. We're not in it for the glory, Midna. We're in it for the saving the world, and also our friends, and also turning into this sick wolf. I'm taking this stick with me. Goodbye. Grapes. There's 3 in here? Dang. Thank you. Let me out. My grape collection is done. And Grape Man. Grape Man. Oh, are there not any in the graveyard? I thought there were. Maybe they removed the ones in the graveyard. That's possible. Hey! The Twilight Princess challenge run is the normal game. It's Twilight Princess HD, except I'm taking 4 times the normal amount of damage. And I'm doing that via... Oh, I haven't... Actually. Thank you for inadvertently reminding me that I need to turn that on every time I boot up the game, because I completely forgot. I don't think I've taken damage yet today, so it's fine. So, you can take 4 times the amount of normal damage in this game by playing in a hero mode file, which normally doubles the amount of damage and makes hearts not drop from any source, and also scanning a Ganondorf amiibo, which also doubles the amount of damage you take. And the 2 of those combined can add up to be 4 times the damage, which is way harder than I thought it would be, but it's a good time. It's good science. Even better math. Can I open this right now? I can. Good to know. Hello, grape bug. Where are you? Did it say it was on the other side of this room? It says it's on the other side. Oh, I wasn't over here before. I see. Nope. Missed the jump. There we go. Okay, grape bug. Come on. Thank you. Thank you for your grape. Oh yeah, that's a good command. It's a good one. That is a really bizarre joke that my community really had a lot of fun with very early on in my streaming days, based off of farmersonly.com. The weirdest dating site I think I've ever heard of. So of course we need to immortalize it in the form of chat command. This is general store, I think? Might be. Oh, other side. Thank you. How many more grapes do I need? Only 7, not bad. There's 3 up here, so there's 4 in the Death Mountain area. Whoops. Come on. There we go. Hi, I'm good, thanks for asking. How are you doing? How's your day? How's life? There we go. There's one. Thank you for the grape. I will now be leaving. We'll burn down the storehouse and get more grapes. Oh. I wonder if there's any way you could ever kill those. You would have to. There's no way that it's like actually the same insects as in this room. Unfortunate. Oh, whoops. Oh, I died immediately. Great. I did say in the first dungeon if I ever got hit by a bomb, I would just immediately die. And at least I was right about that. I'm gonna have to scan again, aren't I? I am. It's fine. Wish I didn't have to scan each time. Also, at least it puts me right back here. There we go. Okay, we're fine. I was gonna say, I don't know if I, like, have to be hit by that explosion, but if I do, that would suck. Nice. Give me the grapes, please. Give me grapes. And off to Death Mountain. And then we'll be done. This went by a lot faster than I remember as a kid. There's only 3 in Death Mountain. I'm trying to remember. There's like 1 on the path up. I'm from all over the place. I've lived a bunch of different places. Right now I'm in Chicago. How about you? I've had, and I ask because I've had a lot of, shockingly, a lot of like diverse areas. Michigan, very nice. I have a friend from Michigan. I haven't been there myself yet. I'm sure I will one day. Yeah, I'm always surprised about like how many like different places people are from when they show up to stream. Get people from Sweden, and there's someone else who's from out of country or outside of the US. I play a lot of different games. I'm like, you could technically call me a variety streamer. I've played a bunch of different games. I've played, so far on the stream, I've done a good amount of RPGs and adventure games. A lot of people from EU. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a common place to like get viewers from, which is cool. I'm glad to get like all those different like perspectives. Oh, I need to hold A for this. Whoops. So I played a lot of RPGs. I also do some Zelda randomizers, mainly Link to the Past, some Ocarina of Time. I've done Wind Waker one time before, just like only the once, but so a few different things. There is a another chat command called "Coming Soon," which shows like all the different, well, if it's more updated, it shows all the different playthroughs I plan on doing soon, like on in the near future on stream. The main one right now is Pokemon Platinum. I'm gearing up to do that relatively soon. It'll probably be the next thing I do after I finish up this playthrough. Thanks, Wolf. Goodbye. Yeah, I know what that is. We're fine. Whoop, that was the wrong direction. Also the wrong direction. At least this one hurt me. The worst thing would be if those actually hurt me. Because I'm sure they would do like 3 hearts of damage at this point. Please don't. Thank you. Oh, I didn't get the... I'm stupid. I didn't get the grape over there. Whoops. Hold up. I went straight for the Howling Stone. Didn't actually care about the grape. Come on. Come on up. Oof. Hate this. I forget if they can re-electrify. I assume that they can. Do I get a heart from each of the Tears of Light? Huh. I did not realize that. Good to know, though. It's a way to technically heal. Okay, and 2 here, and that's fine. Hi, Death Mountain. One of the coolest areas in this game that I always forget about. Shadow Beasts, hello. Good to see you. Whoops. How do I get to you? Okay. You 3, come forth. Ah, yes. The whole gang. All ready to die together as a unit. I miss the hearts they drop, honestly. And hup. It might just be higher up. Possible. There's one down in the spring? Oh. Great. That was easy. And I go up this way, get the one more, and then I'll be done. Nope, that's not happening. Oh, right there. That'll do. Bye. Those Shadow Argroks can probably kill me in one. Hit. I'm just gonna assume that everything in this playthrough can kill me in one hit. He can kill me in two for sure. Unfortunate. Fuck. JD, good to see you. Josh Pona is currently MIA. I didn't know that Midna like sassed you when you died. That's funny. We're about to get her back soon though. That's 4 deaths now. Gotta scan again. Silly. We're getting her back though, don't worry. As soon as I clear this area, we'll get her back. Actually, I can't remember. I think once we clear this area of Twilight, we'll be fine. Oh yeah. I mean, one hit from that Shadow Argrok did 2 arts of damage, but we only have the 4 right now. Thing Overwatch, but kept getting paired with awful groups, so I turned it off. Fair enough. I saw they announced a new Overwatch character. I don't remember if we already talked about this. It's entirely possible we did, and I'm just silly and forgot. Also, oh, I'm dumb. It's right there. I don't know how I missed that. It's fine. Segment of Scientist. Nice. Oh, we already did talk about this, I think. It's my bad. I have a bad memory. It's like pretty much my worst quality is just how bad my memory is. Have you played him at all? Who do you play in Overwatch? I never really got into the game myself, but I've like briefly played a demo. Is the universe? You have not mentioned that, but that's a really badass thing to say. Gray, I completely agree. That's very relatable. I don't know if everyone else can see this spirit. I assume that they can, which would be a really freaky thing to see. Ironic. Yeah, probably. I just know that you and Yoshi showed up during Mario Maker. Mario Maker 2, I'm pretty sure. Hi, Eldon. One day I'll probably play more Mario Maker on stream. It's hard because it's so like different than what I normally play on stream. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem comes out tomorrow. I've seen like I haven't read the reviews because you know not really my game, but like from what I've seen in review headlines, it seemed to be doing very well. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I hope it's like just as good as people say it is. 87's pretty solid. So good. Oh, all the kids in this game are freaky. All the designs in this game are so interesting. Like, they're so good. This is Barnes. He sucks. Aw. Friend. realism, sometimes scary realism. Yeah, a little bit. It's just like it's the most realistic game, but they didn't try to make everyone like normal proportions. Like they allowed themselves to do kind of like weird designs. But like I think it still works. Yeah, very fantasy heavy, which I dig. And the whole Elden province is really cool because yeah, poor Mallow. Mallow's got big baby face. But Elden province is really cool because it has like this very unique tone. Like even though this game is like very much fantasy, it has some like occasional elements of like pretty solid like machinery even. Like the Goron Mines has, you know, you see like metal plating all around here. You have like the magnets, like the giant cranes. Well, later we'll get to Arbiter's Grounds to get like the spinner and all of those mechanisms. It's so cool. Which means Symmetra. I've been digging Mariah. See, I asked because I thought I actually knew all the Overwatch characters, but I guess I don't. I don't know who those people are. Hi, kids. You see, you say I should bring them back to Ordon, but I'm not gonna do that. They're gonna stay here. Dude, that's good. That's a good foreground shot. See, we're not gonna flee though. We're gonna go help. I wonder what the daughter has to say actually. Ludo, what do you? Nope. I can't even talk to the daughter. Oh yes, I can. No. We're not gonna leave you here. We don't do that. I'm gonna go talk to the Gorons. We're gonna go be friends. Is that new? I don't remember that being there in the old version. It probably was. It's a cool update to the Goron insignia though. Hello, Gorons. I am here to change your ways. You are being jerks, and so you must be talked to. So the Gorons, who are normally very kind and chill, are now pretty aggressive and don't want anybody coming to their mountain. So Renato, the shaman, wants me to take all my friends from Ordon Village and go home, but they don't want to go and abandon these people, so I'm going to go help. Like so. Like so. So now that I've established that I can't just flippin' suplex a Goron, I'm gonna leave. Where's Breath of the Wild rank on your top Zelda games? It's up there. I think it's so tough because Breath of the Wild, even though it is like part of the franchise, is so different than like a Zelda game in terms of like its like general mechanics and like foundations. So I have a hard time ranking it along the others. Just because it's so different. Like if I'm just gonna rank, like I wouldn't quite place it as a Zelda game yet because it's not really the standard. Like it's in the same way, like I would categorize it not exactly the same way as like Four Swords in those games, because you know they're nothing like Four Swords. It's nothing like Four Swords. Also Josh Pono, but like it's not a Zelda game. It's part of the franchise, but it's not like the same, you know, same foundation. Yeah, for sure. Once we see Breath of the Wild 2 and like get, I think, then another game after it, which is more the Breath of the Wild like formula, I think that will be easier. I could still rank it technically. Yeah, we gotta wrangle Josh Pona now. She's spooked. I remember this being really hard as a kid. There we go. It's probably my top 5. I really liked it. It's weird because part of how I judge whether or not I really liked a game is how much I want to go replay it. Like how much I want to revisit that world. And I really don't want to revisit Breath of the Wild in that same way. Like every once in a while I'll go back and I'll just go on like motorcycle joyrides. That's great. But I really don't have that much of a desire to like make a new file and start from scratch. Because like the discovery is the main draw of that game, and once you've discovered everything, it's a totally different experience. Yeah, I do too. I mean, who knows until we see some like actual gameplay. I hope it gets like, I hope it finds a little bit of a middle ground, personally. I think some people might view that as like a step in the wrong direction, like a step backwards, but I think it would be good. Oh, that's the Uku. Ooh. The Uku thank you letter. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like I said before, you know, I think, yeah. Like I said before, so far, the sequel to Breath of the Wild seems to share a lot of similarities in terms of its development process with Majora's Mask. And that makes me think and hope, personally, that it ends up being very similar to Majora's Mask in some other ways as well, in terms of like actual gameplay and like content. And even like structure, maybe. So, you know, we'll see. And like Majora's Mask is hard to rank as a Zelda game too, because it's also very different. Like the whole 3-day cycle thing sets it apart so much from not only other games, but from other Zelda games too. But yeah, I think they have a great setup and are trying to set up a darker plot line and darker like tone for the game. That's what it seems like to me, at least. Like the fact that they showed like the first footage they showed of the game was like very like kind of just like foreboding and like what just like creepy. I think, you know, bodes well for a darker tone for the game. Yeah. I think as long as a Zelda game does something new or does something unique, I think it's good. Because like Twilight Princess, a lot of people bash because it's like, oh, well, they just tried to do Ocarina of Time again. Which, like, I guess you could argue, but you're gonna have some semblance of a point because it's also a 3D Zelda, and Ocarina of Time set the standard for that. But like Twilight Princess does a lot of unique stuff too. So I think, you know, like taking risks, I guess, is like a way to put it. I wouldn't personally call it taking risks so much as like incorporating something new, doing something new with the game. I think Monolith is. I think they helped on Breath of the Wild as well. I could be wrong. Learning like which companies have developed what or published what is something that I'm only starting to learn like in the past few years. So I'm not super clear on it. I think they helped with the first one though. The shield attack. Bash people with your shield. Helm split later. It's great. Yeah, well, I wish I'd liked Xenoblade Chronicles 2 more. I want to go back and try replaying it one day. You know, for whatever reason, I couldn't get super invested in it. But I want to go back and like just try it again and just try and give it another shot. Because there have been like a handful of games where I haven't liked them the first time and go back and re-liked them later. Oh, I totally missed this alert. I'm so sorry. Gray, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. So glad you like it. Thanks for supporting the stream in that way. I really appreciate it. Glad you're here. I don't know why I keep missing alerts. Like the worst possible thing I could do, but yeah. You know, it just sucks when you get a game, especially like such a big game that people really like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and you just end up like not playing it much. I mean, I also bought Fire Emblem Warriors because I loved Hyrule Warriors and ended up not really digging it. I gotta do something with my copy of that game. Yeah. Yeah, and well, it's funny though, cause like you're actually a Fire Emblem fan. Like I assume you know like a fair amount of the characters and like a lot of the content within it. Soup? It is me. I became the coolest guy around, is what happened to me. Because when I played Fire Emblem Warriors, I figured the problem was that I just didn't know the characters and everything. I didn't have a connection with them. In a long time. Ah, I see. That's fair. Yeah, I just, you know, one of the reasons I loved Hyrule Warriors is that I knew all the characters. I'm like super invested in them. It's cool getting to play as them. You know, I have connections to all the stuff that's happening. And that like helps form your understanding of the game along with it. And, you know, just not having any Fire Emblem experience, I just didn't have that same feeling with Fire Emblem Warriors. Yeah. Yeah, Hyrule Warriors is gigantic. It's like at least 200 hours of content. At the very least. It's a game that I've bought on every single platform it's been available for. I got it on Wii U, bought all the DLC, got it on 3DS, waited to buy the DLC, and like as I was like thinking about getting it, they announced Deluxe. Or Definitive. That's what it's called. I should. I actually so about 2 years ago now, Micah, Thinking with Potatoes, was streaming pretty frequently, and I was not. I didn't have a way to at the time. But I decided that one of the things I wanted to stream frequently was Hyrule Warriors. I was going to do Hyrule Warrior Wednesdays. And I made a whole layout for it, was ready to go. Streamed it like one time, and just like didn't have as much fun as I like quite wanted to. It's tough because like, you know, it's a game about like once you do story mode, you get to adventure mode, and the reality is that if you're not like playing, it can just become a grind. It's just that with streaming, you feel this pressure to, or at least I feel this pressure to constantly be making like progress and like being productive with your time because you only have so much of it. So when you're not making progress in a game, it feels like you're wasting that time, even though like that's not really the case. I'm sure all of you don't really mind if I'm like not making active progress constantly. Shout out to the weirdest part of this game. That was really good luck on my part. But you know, Hyrule Warriors Adventure Mode, you know, even though that's where like the majority of the content is, that can pretty quickly just become a grind. And grinds don't necessarily feel like progress to me. Well, yeah, it's definitely more about the gameplay. And like, it's good gameplay. It's very cathartic. Hyrule Warriors is one of the games I play to like chill out. It's just like very relaxing. It's just like satisfying too. Fuck, that's game. I'll take that. Yeah. Come on. That should be good. Woo! Good. Good natural talent. You're a real champ. Also, along with natural talent, you gotta cheat. Yeah. So I had a lot of fun. I still love Hyrule Warriors, and I play it in like different bursts of time. Like I can play it for like a bunch of hours for like a few days, and then I like wait, come back later. It's a really good game. Like legitimately one of my favorites. You know, just wasn't exactly what I like wanted it to be for stream, I guess. I'd consider doing it again in the future. Like I said the other day, like I'm trying to think over like what I want to stream. Not necessarily like what I want to be known for streaming, but like I guess you could phrase it that way. More just like what I want to spend my time on stream playing. Yeah, for sure. RPGs are really hard to stream, and I streamed Dragon Quest XI when it came out. Had a great time playing that game, but also RPGs are a game where you need to take your time, and you really should to enjoy it to its fullest. And I think I definitely missed something in terms of like experience, trying to like be productive and kind of rush through it for stream, which is one reason why I'm excited why S is coming out, is because I'm getting that and just playing that on my own. Get to re-experience all of that again. Yeah, I really like doing RPGs on stream because like they're a really good game for like talking to chat with, because you know you can be doing a fight and you know there's no pressure to just like look over, read something, and then respond while you're making a move. But you know, grinding takes time. Fully exploring everything, doing side quests, whatever, takes time. It's tough. It's tough to find that balance, I think. Yeah, and like that's what you should do, and I think that just comes with like being older and like having more patience, I think. Even now, like nowadays I still tend to rush through games. I played I was streaming Final Fantasy 3, 6, whatever you want to call it, on here not too long ago. And I was working my way through it because like I had one or two people in the community who really liked the game, and it had some really strong points, but for one thing, there were parts of it I just couldn't get past that kind of bugged me, or like just didn't kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. And you know, I was also rushing through it to try and be productive. So it put me in this position where I just wasn't having a lot of fun playing it. So I didn't finish it. I don't know if I really will. It's tough. It's a tough call to make because I hate to leave a game unfinished. But also, like, you know, I don't want to spend time playing / streaming something if I'm not having a good time. Because I know that if I'm not having a good time, like, you guys in chat aren't gonna be having a good time either. That goat just went all the way to the barn on his own. This is a horrible time also. But I want the heart piece, because I need health. Oh! I'll take that. Cool. Hi, Postman. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's all about... One of the, like, RPGs are really interesting because they have a lot of different factors that can, like, determine how they play and, like, how well they last. And one of the key parts of an RPG, in my opinion, is pacing. And, like, pacing with story is one thing, but also, because RPGs are so numbers-based, pacing in, like, levels. You need to, like, have everything leveled pretty well so that as you get to a new area, you know, you have harder enemies to fight. You need to, like, kind of get up to par, but not so tough of an area where you need to, like, grind for hours. It's really tough to find that balance with each game, and, like, that pace doesn't work for every game either, because you can have different mechanics that change that. But it's something that can really make or break an RPG, for sure. How big is the base wallet in this game? 500, jeez, okay. Yeah, for sure. Like one thing, so I went out to get some new games the other day, and one of the games I finally found, I've been looking for a copy for years, wanted to buy it for years since I was like in 6th grade, is Bravely Default. And I finally found a copy and I picked it up and I started playing it like a week ago, maybe even less than that. And it's really fun. And like, I love the art style, I love pretty much everything about it. And the combat is really unique, which is great. It helps it stand out so much, and it like keeps me engaged in each fight. And like the battles remain tough because it's like more complicated than just like pick a move. The whole Bravely Default system is really cool to me. So yeah, like with an RPG, in my opinion, it's like a 50-50 split as to like the importance of story and combat. Maybe, to me, story is a little bit more important than combat, but I think in general they are pretty much equal in importance. Because combat is what you're going to be spending a majority of your time doing, but the story is what drives you to do combat in the first place. So if you don't care about one thing or the other, you're not going to want to like progress in the other one. So it's you need to find that balance. Yeah. With Xenoblade, for me, the combat just didn't feel, like, rewarding. I don't like the constant, like, damage and you're just inputting skills. I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way for some reason. And I always felt like I was missing something with combat. And, like, I couldn't tell if it was just me, like, if I missed a tutorial or something, or what. I figured that I tried looking up tutorials and, like, figuring out what I was missing, but it seemed like it just wasn't clicking with me for some reason, which is unfortunate. Yeah, see, it's a long time for me to go without fully understanding the combat. You know, just because when you don't have a lot of time, you want to make sure that time is worth it. A whole heart of damage from crows. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know if I ever go back to it. I would love to actually enjoy it to its fullest. It seems like a really cool game. I think it has a lot of cool ideas and like cool character designs, cool concepts. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd definitely love to give it another shot. I just gotta decide when, I guess. Where are the golden bugs? I know that they're around. That one up there? One of them might be up there. That is the wrong way. Whoops. Which enemies? I don't really care about individual enemies. If anything, I hope they just add more. But I think that was a common complaint that I think was pretty justified, is just that they didn't have a lot of enemy variants in Breath of the Wild. Did I even go this way right now? Nope. You know, there were only so many different kinds of enemies, and they tried to reskin them and just like do different difficulties, which, you know, RPGs do that all the time, but they also have a larger variety. And I think part of it was just that Breath of the Wild is so open-ended and like so physics-based that it's hard to design a bunch of different enemies that do a bunch of different things without having there be like a one surefire way to beat them. So I think they probably decided to keep it like a smaller enemy roster to keep it simple and like give the player more freedom and all of that. But I think it was definitely one of the weaker parts of the game, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, but one cool thing is that, you know, the enemies were very tough in Breath of the Wild as compared to other games. Like, even, like, the fact that they had different color variations, and, like, because their AI was much better in that game than other games, it, you know, they were actually a challenge, which was good. And I prefer the challenge to, you know, just kind of mindless hacking and slashing. And it's not even that, like, other Zelda games have had mindless hacking and slashing. It's that, you know, thinking about what you're going to do versus, like, defaulting to just blocking and attacking is nice. Yeah, that was my experience. I think that's where I stopped, probably. I did not get very far in that game. Colin, my man. Big man. Love Colin. I love Colin so much. He's such a good kid. Colin is so good. He's such a good, like, all the kids from Ordon are really like particular characters, and Colin is so good. Because the start of the game, he's just like, I want to be like you. And in that scene, he's like, I can be like him. And he goes for it. I love him so much. I also love seeing an angry Link like, no, you're not getting away with that. I'm going to save that kid. I totally missed that jump because I was looking at chat. That's my bad. Luckily, there's no actual time mechanic to this. I would love that. I mean, they have like the Zelda mangas, but they don't go a lot away from like the main story from what I understand. They even kind of rush through it, I think, based off the few that I've read. The only mangas I have the Skyward Sword like prequel manga that came in Hyrule Historia. It was either Hyrule Historia, I think it was Hyrule Historia. There's also a Majora's Mask prequel manga that like explains the origins of the mask, but I don't think it's necessarily canon. And I don't know where I have that. I thought that was also in a book somewhere, but maybe I'm wrong. This is gonna be a tough fight actually, because I can't really afford to take damage. Back up. I believe in you. I believe in you, Josh Pony. You're a champ. You're a hero and a champ. Good moves. Good moves. I don't think I've ever read the Ocarina manga. There are a lot of them I haven't read. Yeah, I mean, Breath of the Wild just wouldn't work. It's such an open-ended story. Like, you could make it work, but you wouldn't be able to capture, like, the charm of exploration, I don't think. I think there have been a lot of really good fan comics about it, though. One thing that I think a manga could capture really well is just, like, Link kind of coming to terms with, like, his memories versus the present. There's one comic I think I saw one time about him, like, coming to the realization that, like, he failed and, like, so much suffering happened because of that. And like the trauma that comes with that, which was a cool concept. I fucked up. Messed up. Fine. This has always been a hard part for me because I'm never exactly sure how to make it work. At At least this game is kind about checkpoints. At least it's kind. It's not like, no, go back to the title screen, go back to your previous save. His memory. Yeah. That would have been really cool if he just like gotten scared and ran. That'd be really interesting, but then it'd also take away from like Zelda's story. Because like Link's role in that story is to be kind of like the perfect hero, and that's really the reason why, like, one, it gives Zelda a reason to like not despise him, but to just like not like him at first. And her getting over that and realizing that like he's more of a like he is more flawed than she thinks is such a big part of it. And also like him becoming like him being like the quote-unquote perfect hero before the 100-year gap is really important because it gives the player a sense of like what you could be because it's what you once were. Like setting that benchmark that high I think is really important. Yeah, they were great foils because usually Zelda's the one that has everything under control and like understands her role. So for those roles to be flipped is so interesting. Nope, no dice. I would rather whiff the hit than get knocked into the ravine though, so you know, trade-offs. That'll do. I love this showdown. It's such an interesting showdown. Too early? Nope. That'll do it. Hell yeah. What an iconic, just an iconic part of this game. Hell yeah. I think it is. Yeah. Or at least they reference it. Or like base one of the bridges off of this one. You know, it's tough because Breath of the Wild is so referential of a bunch of other stuff. It's hard to know what is actually the same structure and what is just like a reference to it. And like I think that's something that makes it even harder to place it on a timeline anywhere. Colin just being like, are you mad I shoved you? Not even being like, yo, I saved your life. Just being like, I shoved you. I'm sorry. I should have done that. The anime reach. The anime reach. Yes. Link doesn't even nod his head. He doesn't even accept it. He just smiles. What a champ. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to reference Majora, though, is the thing. I mean, they have, like, the mask in there, but they also had the mask on Link Between Worlds on the wall. And, like, if we're going to talk about all the different references and, like, armor and stuff in Breath of the Wild, then we need to, like, literally sit down and decide what is meant to be referential for the sake of the developers and what is meant to be actually, like, canon in the game. Because if we go by like Majora's Mask being an armor piece, then there's no way to categorize it because there's armor and equipment from every branch of the timeline. It's like how Majora's Mask in Link Between Worlds was meant to just like hint and tease that Grezzo was doing Majora's Mask 3D soon. It wasn't really about it being there. Yeah, and I agree. I think that's true for most of that stuff. And I think, like, I think that's even true for like a lot of the names of locations. Can I can go into Malomart. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the tough part. I mean, like, they certainly didn't have to do that, but, you know, fans demanded it so much. I understand the pressure to make the timeline. And granted, the timeline that they made works really well. Hell yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, for the longest time, I think the Link dying timeline was more to place all the older games where story wasn't really a factor. Because the reality is that, you know, Zelda 1 and 2, Link to the Past, where they were like just really starting to form a lore for the franchise. And pretty much every game before Ocarina that was made is placed in the Link Dies timeline. And I think it's probably just because story wasn't as much of an important thing to them at the time. Like, I think they didn't really account for any of it at the time. So they just decided, like, you know what, let's kind of put it all there. I think that's where the Oracle games are. Like, I think there's a reason why all of that is off by itself and not really intermingling with Majora or Wind Waker at all. I think there's probably that good reason for it. Like, the fact that Link Between Worlds exists, fine, whatever. I mean, that makes sense because it's a sequel, you know. I guess I can't buy bombs yet. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, the 3 timelines works really well to give them that, not really out, but like that kind of place to put all the games where story wasn't as much of a big factor. And be like, you can go here, where it's kind of vague and we haven't really given ourselves a lot of details there. Yeah, and like, admittedly, I'm definitely one of them. I'm definitely like a hardcore story lore fan, however you want to call it. Like, I know a lot about it in general. And that's just like something that happens over time, like when you play almost all the games and, you know, you just invest time into it. I like that he keeps rolling. He doesn't stop, he just keeps rolling. I haven't watched a lot of theory videos on YouTube. I'm always wary of them just because so many people have like their own, you know, opinions and takes, and you know, it's hard to determine like what's good and what's bad before you actually watch the video. And the last thing I want to do is watch a video and have it end up being just bad. So I haven't watched a lot of videos, but I probably should. I think that could be a solid theory. I think that could work. I feel like, though, if we do that, then it ruins the... It isn't necessarily ruined, but I feel like it almost defeats the purpose of having a timeline in the first place. Yeah, it's... Yeah, like, there's no need to theory craft if we can write it off as, you know, there being just general inconsistencies. Like, it makes sense. Like, it makes logical sense in a real world setting that, you know, the stories would change over time. Shit, these guys are so fast. Like, it makes logical sense for sure. But it kind of defeats the reason we come up with theories, I think. And in that case, why would we go with that? Like, in order to like work out theories and timelines and that shit, I think we need to assume that that's not the case. Like, whether it's true or not, I think, you know, we kind of gotta assume, because otherwise it's, you know, we ruin our own job. Please don't kill me. Please don't. Iframes! Dude, it's tough. Everything doing so much damage is rough. And just this early on, it's even worse. Once we get some more hearts, once we get up to like 7 hearts, I think I'll have some more wiggle room for sure. But for now, it's, you know, it's tough. Biggie. There's the biggie. Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild, you know, there are talks that like Breath of the Wild emerged like it was like originally kind of a retelling or reimagining of like Zelda 1, and I think it works fine as that. Timeline wise, we know it can't be the adult timeline because Ganondorf is dead in that timeline, so he couldn't be in, you know, there's no logical way for him to be in Breath of the Wild. Like, he can't be mummified if he was statuified. So, you know, there's that. What else? So that really just leaves the child timeline. Wow, that was some bullshit. I am too, and it's, you know, it's hard to say if, yeah, we got played on that. That sucked. I didn't even know that could happen, but okay. It's hard to know whether or not Ganondorf is actually coming back. Because, like, technically he was also in Breath of the Wild 1, but just as Ganon. So, like, they could literally just have his mummy be there and not have him there as a character. I don't even know if they would do that. I mean, like, after Link Between Worlds, where they had Ganon but had none of his, like, actual character, I'm not really shocked. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they just didn't have him in there as, like, an actual story. I need to scan again. It's the worst part about this challenge run is scanning all the times. Every time I die, I need to rescan. Yeah, I hope that he's, like, actually back as a character, like, as a human character. As to whether or not I want him to be, like, a lot of people have theories that he's gonna be a good guy, which, like, would be cool, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's just there to be a villain. Or to be, like, the origin story, basically. Yeah, honestly. You don't like what? Ganondorf being a good guy? Hi, Goron. Bye, Goron. Bye, Goron. It's not that I don't like the idea of Ganondorf being a villain. It's more that I think him being... Or it's not that I don't like the idea of him being a good guy. I think that would be, like... That would be interesting, I think, and, like, a compelling change. It'd be interesting to, like, see that. But there's, like, nothing in Breath of the Wild that would suggest that that's coming. I think it's just more fan demand than anything. And I'm just not someone to impose my wants over my expectations. Like, there seems to be a general theory that, like, oh, in the legend of the princess and the hero, you know, the carving of the sacred warrior looks more like Ganondorf than Link, and it's like, sure, I guess, Like, it already doesn't look like them. Like, it's already heavily stylized. You can argue anything when it's at that point. I think they could do a complex story because they already have the setup of Breath of the Wild, and I think it's doable. I just don't know if they will. I'm just not like expecting it. Like I'm not investing in that idea to the point where like I'll be disappointed if that's not the case. I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people think that I actually need to decline his invitation because I'm not wearing the boots right now. Now I can go. Yeah, I think a lot of people are investing in the idea that he's going to be good before they actually know anything, and I think people are going to be disappointed, unfortunately. Fuck. Fuck! Fuck! The smartest man alive. I want to try again. Now. No, stop it! Why would you set me on retreat by default? Check out the Fire Emblem streams? Probably not. I don't even know like what streams in particular are happening. What? Okay. What? Well, yeah, exactly. It's never even that clear in Ocarina. Slap? Yes! Disrespect. I just want it to end on a slap, that's fine. So good. I'm absolutely gonna get game over in here like 3 times. I'm already up to 5 deaths. Let's start. No, I think it'll start me in a certain room. Like, it might start me in the same room I was in, or like a room before it or something. If I were to save and quit, I would need to start from the beginning, but this game has like pretty fair checkpoints. Because I think I game overed in Forest Temple once and I didn't start from the beginning. Please don't hit me. I can't afford it. I really should try to buy a potion. I know. I always am. It sucks. I didn't have money for a potion, though. I probably do now if I wanted to leave and go get it. But I don't know if I'll have to fight the Gorons again to get back up, and I don't want to do that. And Fyrus isn't that hard either. Fyrus isn't a hard boss. But I know there's slugs this way. I think I can get through this without buying a potion. That's fine. I don't really mind getting game overs because there's no real penalty. I have some pride, but not that much, where it's like, I can get no game overs. No. So the only way to achieve the 4 times damage for this game is you need to use the Ganondorf amiibo, which makes everything do double damage, while also playing on hero mode, which also makes everything do double damage. And those two multipliers, you know, multiply together to get you times 4. However, hero mode in this game has another effect, which is where hearts do not drop from any source. Whether it's grass or pots or enemies, they just don't drop. So you need to have healing items in order to recover. Yeah, which I quite honestly forgot about until I started the run. Like, I was only focused on the 4 times damage part. Did not remember that I didn't get healing items. But I was already locked in. I'm not afraid. Yeah, it's super brutal. It's definitely meant to be done, like, not in tandem. Like, I mean, the fact that you can do them both at the same time means that they expected that people would, and that they, to some degree, wanted you to, but, you know, you're supposed to, like, know this game, I think, before you try this. And, like, I know it pretty well, but it's been years since I last played it. Try Breath of the Wild 3 hearts? No, and I don't really have any desire to. I've done a few other 3-heart challenges. I've done Ocarina of Time. I've done Twilight Princess, I'm pretty sure. Just default, not HD. Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. I feel like there's one more. I don't think I've done Wind Waker. And I don't think I've done Majora. I would definitely try those, though, on stream at some point. In fact, I would probably do any 3-hour challenge on stream. I would love that. 3-hour challenges are fun. They force you to be really good at the game. I would do a Majora 3-hour challenge for sure. I would do Wind Waker 3-heart for sure. I haven't done Breath of the Wild because, like, so much of Breath of the Wild is just, like, exploring shrines, too. And with Breath of the Wild, like, the damage enemies deal is not kind. Like, I could probably make it work, but, you know, I don't know if I want to take that on. That's another thing where I think, like, how much do I really love Breath of the Wild where I'm not willing to try that challenge? It's a really good game, and I had a lot of fun playing it, but I just don't know if I, like, love it, you know? And that's one of those things where that gets me to think, like, maybe I don't actually love it that much. Come over here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely never forced that. Pretty much any other Zelda game? Yeah, I'd try that. I almost considered doing the 4 times damage challenge with 3 hearts, but I decided not to because I don't hate myself. If I did those two together, it would be a one-hit run, basically. Like, that would just be how it is. By the end of the game, especially. By the time we're fighting Dark Nuts, we're gonna have like 2 hits to our name anyway, even with like more than 3 hearts. That sucked. That was the worst case scenario. That is 6 deaths, my friends. Retry. You're better than this. Go again. Okay, here we go. Gotta scan again. Stupid scanning. Actually, I can ignore you. Honestly, yeah, you're right. At least with the naming thing. Vivagi is a good boss, too. It's, like, really interesting, and I think there's more to it than I even know. I think you can, like, damage it with arrows. Like, last time I did an Ocarina of Time randomizer, I, like, found out something new about Vivagi I didn't know before. And I'm pretty sure it was that. We'll go with the hammer or without? Can you beat it without hammer? Unfortunate. Unfortunate timing. I haven't tried. I don't know if you can. Fuck. I know, I'm pretty sure you can damage it with the bow. So, I guess in theory you wouldn't need the hammer. You really just need the hammer to get to it. At least usually. If you have hover boots, you can get to it as well, but you just normally don't by that point. I would try that, but most of them are like pretty set in stone that you have to use the item, especially with bosses. So I feel like it just like wouldn't be that much different, because I would inevitably have to use each item. Like even with randomizers, you pretty much need the item for each dungeon, because that's like how you can finish it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, they just, you know, they want you to use the thing you get, and that's just their way of limiting you and like preventing you from going like beyond where they want you to go. Hello, Keyshard. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like the different champion abilities were kind of that, but you know, they didn't feel like they were yours. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, you could use all the other skills you got to solve puzzles though, and by all the others, I mean Rivali's Gale. Because let's be honest, you get Rivali's Gale and then you just use it to beat all the other divine beasts. Actually, I think I beat what was it called? Va Meadow, I think, was Rivali's Divine Beast. I think I beat that last. I either beat that one last or Varudanya, for sure. I know I did Va Naboris second. And Varuda first. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I remember when like the first teaser for Breath of the Wild came out and we didn't like even know a title. It was just Link riding on a horse and then jumping into the air and shooting a guardian with an ancient arrow. Like we didn't know any of what it was yet. There was that whole like mistranslation where everyone thought Iwata said Link wasn't even necessarily Link and all this stuff. I'm trying to remember like the first real trailer. At least for the Switch presentation. I don't remember it that well. I remember the teaser trailer way more. I don't know why. Let me, thank you. Hey, if we get one more, I'll have 5 hearts. Maybe I won't get wrecked as much. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure I saw the trailer at some point. I just don't remember it that much. I think that Zelda was Linkle. Man, that'd be good. It's gonna hit me. Yeah, great, thanks. Yeah, and then we got Hyrule Warriors. Or I guess Hyrule Warriors is already out at that point. Or Legends was at least. So we did have Linkle. Good old Linkle. Linkle's actually really fun to play in Hyrule Warriors, real talk. Both of her weapons are really good. I did not play Cadence of Hyrule, and the only reason why I didn't is because I hadn't played Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I had heard really good things about both, but I wanted to make sure that I liked the formula for Crypt of the Necrodancer before I bought a $20 game. And Crypt of the Necrodancer was on sale for like $2 around the time it came out, so I bought that instead. Tested it, definitely like it. So down the line I'll pick up Cadence at some point. Yeah, I just won't pick it up right now. I've bought far too many games as of late. Yeah, I've heard really good things. Weirdco, one of my friends and like a community member has played it a good bit, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure he really likes it. So, next time he shows up in chat or on the Discord, you can ask him. Yeah, Nintendo's been good about collaborations. They've been like more open about it. And I think that's probably a result of like the different new presidents. I didn't get a chance to play Mario & Rabbids. I was wary of it when it came out, but I saw gameplay of the Donkey Kong DLC. I saw Let's Play of that, and it was very good, and I kind of regret not buying Mario & Rabbids now. Like, I could buy it now, too, because at this point, like, it's pretty cheap. It goes on sale pretty often, but I still don't want to spend the money on it. It's cool, and I like it. It seems really solid, but I'm gonna die right now. Fuck. Yeah, but yeah, it was very good, and I'm glad it was so good. Like, it encourages Nintendo to do even more, you know, crossovers like that. Yeah, the Rabbids are just like a weird, like, franchise for sure, but yeah, very good game. I don't know. So here's a question, because we're talking about like the different crossovers and like outsourcing those spin-off games. What franchise would you like to see get a spin-off next? In that same vein. You don't necessarily need to define like what kind of game it is or like what genre of game it is unless you have an idea and really want to, but for now, just which franchise do you want to see get a spin-off like that? No. I knew it was coming. So close to death again. These would be full of hearts if this was regular. Thank you. I try to make interesting ones when I have them. Because I gotta think about what mine would be too, because I really don't know. If there was a Splatoon RPG, I would eat that shit up. Because I love Splatoon, like, aesthetically, but it's... I'm just not one for multiplayer games usually, so it's hard for me to get into it. But I would love a Splatoon spin-off, especially if it was an RPG. Yeah, you know, it's just not the focus, which like totally makes sense, but ooh, yeah. You could have a cool turn-based Splatoon RPG, I think. Hell, they could make another strategy game like Mario and Rabbids, but with Splatoon as well. That could work really well. I guess I can't turn that on via Slingshot, which is weird. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool. I just started playing Thousand Year Door the other day, and it's very good. Paper Mario's a franchise I don't have a lot of experience with, but like all the games I've played have been really solid. But yeah, Paper Splatoon would be cool. Thousand Year Door. I've already started playing it, and again, it's... I thought about streaming it. It's a game that is so beloved, and people have such strong opinions about. I don't know if I want to stream it ever. Especially because there's so much to it. It's a game that's like so beloved that if I ever didn't know something or like did something wrong, I guess, I think people would jump on me for it. I think it's just that like beloved of a game, so I didn't want to stray into that. Plus I already have a bunch of other games and like playthroughs I have lined up and that I need to get done. My first Paper Mario game was Super Paper Mario, and actually, I would probably play Super Paper Mario on stream, because I don't remember that game very well at all, but I played that as a kid. I think some fans would be happy to help. I think, like, you guys in the general community would be happy to help, but I think there are a lot of people out there whose enjoyment and admiration for a game and their knowledge of it can turn to like almost elitism. I think when you sit in something for too long, it just goes bad. I think like any good thing is wow, I'm just dumb, huh? I think the gamers in general, I think there are a lot of people who, yeah, and that's the thing, is that games often become, like, games are inherently very personal things to a lot of different people because they're an interactive medium, and like that makes them unique and it makes them really cool. But that means that if you don't like a game when other people do, or like a game when other people don't, it can be very dicey, because a lot of people take that very close to heart. So it's tough. It's really tough. And Paper Mario is definitely a beloved game, or at least Thousand Year Door is. If I played like Sticker Star, not that I have a way to stream it, but even if I played like Super Paper Mario, I don't think that group would exist really, or at least be as prevalent. But Thousand Year Door is like the Paper Mario game. Yeah, people don't like Color Splash. People don't like Sticker Star or Color Splash. I haven't had a chance to play it myself. I actually almost bought it last week. But people don't like them just because they're not very traditional RPGs in the same way that the original Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door are. But they're not bad games. Like, you know, I mean, I can't speak for Color Splash because I haven't played it, but Sticker Star is a good game. It's a really good game. It's not a traditional RPG, but doesn't mean it's not good. The reality is that it's like we were talking about earlier, how people take their desire for something for a game and project it onto their expectations. And a lot of people have the desire for another traditional like turn-based RPG like Paper Mario, and put that onto their expectations for what the game will be like or should be like, which is even more dangerous. And, you know, it, like I said, it gets dicey. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, between the Switch and the Wii U, I think you made a wise call with the Switch, just because, you know, newer games. The Wii U, I think, is a very underrated console. I think it has a lot of really good games. I think it's a solid console. And one of the best parts about it is that it's a really solid virtual console machine. The Wii U has the best virtual console because it has like every console except for GameCube, from like NES to the DS. It's incredible. It's such a good lineup. It even has digital Wii games. Like the fact that you can get Prime Trilogy digital for like 20 bucks is incredible. It's so good. Yeah. I mean, marketing was way off early on, and that led to people not buying it, and because people didn't buy it, other companies didn't put a lot of stock into their ports. And there were only like 3 ports for the Wii U very early on, and they didn't sell well. It was like Assassin's Creed 3, Zombie U, which was just a bad game, and something else. It was like Darksiders 2, I think, which was a good game, but I think people had just like already played it and didn't care anymore. So it just got a really bad rep, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I think that's one reason why they leaned very heavily into doing a lot of remakes or ports for the Switch, especially early on. And like the mobility of the console definitely helps that. It's like, I mean, people want mobile games, or they want the ability to have a game be mobile and portable. Yeah, I mean, Zelda was the only like big title for it. I don't think it really would have sold without Zelda for it, which I think is probably why they pushed it back. Because I mean, I'm hard pressed to name all the other games that launched with it. There was Just Dance, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Super Bomberman R, and Snake Pass, which was like digital only. It's, you know, it just wasn't a great lineup. And then it took a while for some other games to come out. Oh yeah, Snipper Clips. And Snipper Clips was really good. Snipper Clips I would like to give a lot of props to, because that was a really fun, cool, original game. But again, it wasn't, you know, it was like an indie game. Well, I don't know if it was indie, but it was, you know, it was like a new game, not based off of anything. You know, it was a hard sell. Oh, and 1-2 Switch. But nobody bought 1-2 Switch, because why would you? Yeah, exactly. Everyone forgets about 1-2 Switch, especially me, because I never bought it, and I've never heard of anybody who's ever owned it. I mean, look, speak for yourself about that. All I'm saying, I didn't even know you could do that. Speak for yourself about milking the cow with the Joy-Con. My point is that it's not a very substantial game for 50 bucks. I mean, like, people have the choice between Breath of the Wild and literally any other game. I think you would pretty much be a fool to pick not Breath of the Wild. You would especially be a fool to pick 1-2 Switch. Who bets I can do this mini boss with one, count 'em, one heart? It did. It did. I mean, Nintendo was already rolling in it. Like, even though the Wii U was a commercial failure, they still didn't, like, they were still, like, very much in the black. They still had a bunch of money, but people made so many arguments, like, oh, the Wii U has made Nintendo flop. Actually, there's a smudge on these now. I gotta take them off for this fight. They're like, oh, the Wii U made Nintendo a commercial failure. They lost all their money. They're gonna file for bankruptcy. It's like, no, you fool. I should block that. Should have blocked. Come on. Fuck. 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 Yeah, that's fine. I expected that. Yeah. I mean, first of all, the Wii U still made money. Second of all, like, you know, it's... people severely underestimated not only, like, how rich a company Nintendo is, but also, like, how much stock a company puts into a new console or any new product. No company takes all of their profits and diverts it into your next new product. Who still plays Mario Party? I just don't have friends over all that much to play it with. See, yeah, I don't think it necessarily killed the game. I think it didn't help. But Nintendo in general hasn't had a lot of good decisions with online. It's just because they're not. Like, they've never been about online. And honestly, I think one reason is because they tried online with the Wii, and I don't remember it really being that effective. Like, the Wii had Wii Connect 24, which was their whole internet system. And I remember just sitting on my Wii literally doing nothing. Like, as far, at least in my experience, I feel like nobody really used the online for Wii, which is probably why they didn't, like, put a lot of stock into it later. Well, yeah. It's just, you know, it's a different world having a bunch of friends online now and, like, having the expectation that we can play with them online. It's hard because the Switch is, like, made, like, even in advertising you see this, it's made where you take a Joy-Con and hand to a friend. It's made for the people next to you. So I think that's probably one reason why their online has not been incredible with the Switches, because that's not, like, the intention of the console, for better or worse. Yeah, I mean, even Splatoon, yeah. Splatoon is mostly online, I'll give you that. Oh, you come over here. Thank you. Oh, that sucked. I'm gonna fall again. This sucks. I gotta go to the other side. This is unfortunate. I'm just having bad luck with this boss. Come on. Come on. No, you come over here. I promise it'll be more fun that way. I'm dead. Nope. Thank you. I'm gonna die again. Aha! Gotta love it. Fuck. Is that game over? No. Sucks. Is his health reset, do we think? Can I just, like, coerce you to walk off? You're so close. You're so close to just walking off. Why can't you do it? Please? No, he's fine. Oh, camera's not liking that. What if this worked, though? I mean, it's never gonna work, and I know that. But I want it to work. Okay, backflip for setup. Boots. There we go. Now we go this way. I just gotta be smarter. I was trying to do it fast, and because of that, I suffered. I just set myself up for failure trying to go too fast. Backflip for setup. Thank you. Let's see if he retains damage. No, he does not. At least I don't think he does, because I think you only need 3 throws. I think voiding out probably reset him, if I had to guess. Yeah, like I knew how it worked the first time. I will admit I didn't know that you could fall off the ledge while going to flip him. But I was just trying to do it fast. Again, like I said earlier, I wanted to be productive with my time, and it costed me. So, you know. My fault. Hi, buddy. Yeah, for sure. There are many reasons why I love Twilight Princess. One of them is that you get the bow in the second dungeon of 8 dungeons. 9 if you include the final one. It's so good. It's such a blessing. It's so much better than, like, there's an example I have. It might be... Is it Spirit? I think it might be Spirit Tracks I'm thinking of. It might be it. Because I think Spirit Tracks, you get the bow... I don't remember where you get the bow in Spirit Tracks, actually. Can't say. The whole Zelda collection? Define the Zelda collection. Like the one on GameCube? That notoriously doesn't run well? Oh, that's lantern oil. I don't need that. You're gonna have to remind me exactly what games are in that collection, because I know Ocarina and Majora are, and I think it's Zelda 1 and 2 as well, but I could be wrong. I actually have... Oh no, I don't have that collection. I have Ocarina of Time and Master Quest. I could have bought that collection, but I didn't, because I know that Ocarina and Majora don't run well in the collection. So I knew it was a waste of money. Shit. Oh, I gotta activate this guy. Hi, buddy. Is that all of them? No, I have you. It's fine. Give me... I think this is the next heart piece, which would be really great, because A, it will give me a 5th heart, and B, it will recover all of my hearts. This might actually also be the compass. This is the compass, isn't it? Fuck! It's fine. It's not a fifth heart, but it's fine. What is in there? Just things? There's a door? What is it? Just stuff. Stuff and things. Yeah, I know there's 2 heart pieces in every dungeon, so there's one more here. And I probably need the bow to get it. I just can't remember where it is. This is my favorite elder in the game, by the way. Hurry to the boss. What if you were the last heart piece? I was actually kind of hoping it would be. Like, I knew it wouldn't be, but I was hoping I was wrong. Oh, okay, cool. Let me through. Nice, nice, love it. I would really love some more arrows. There we go. I was about to say, the game didn't say that hero mode prevents ammo from dropping, but it could just not tell me that, which would really suck if that were the case. Clean. Should ignore you guys. Peace out. I could use some more arrows. Please? I would appreciate it greatly. Actually, I have 20. That's fine. How many arrows do you take? I do need them hearts, but I have no way to get them. Unless I die. Because there are no potions in these places. Actually, there will be a fairy right before the virus fight, so that's fine. I can wait that long. Clean. I could even bottle up the fairy before virus too. On the off chance I don't take any damage during that fight, I could save it for later. Which wouldn't be bad. Sick. Where? Oh. I was about to say, where am I supposed to be looking? Right there. Hello! Activate. Nope. Nope! Nope! Everything's fine. We're okay. No need to panic. No panicking for us. Oh, you guys are new. Forgot about you. Oh! I didn't know these. Oh! I never knew. Okay. Those are small boys of the Lakebed Temple mini boss. I didn't know those existed. Die, please. Thank you. The good news in this game is that the constant beeping of "you're almost dead" is not nearly as annoying as in other games. I'm almost positive there are explosive barrels up there. Almost positive. Just gotta find them. Where are they? Don't know why those guys haven't seen me, but that's fine. Dead. Thank you. Oh. Call me Quick Draw McGee. Don't, actually, please. There are better nicknames than that. Let's be real here. There are much better nicknames. Quick Draw McGee is not one of them. Thank you. I never noticed those clamps on the bottoms of these before. That's really cool. How do... Oh, okay. I mean, like, Quick Draw in and of itself is a good one. Quick Draw McGee, you know, the name McGee, I feel like negates any good things before it. I feel like McGee is a very, like, childish moniker. Up! Call me Slow Roll Magoo. How many deaths is that? 7? I think that's 7. 7 deaths for Slow Roll Magoo. Everyone's favorite hero. Now I gotta scan again. Great. Love that. Oh, at least all the moblins, not moblins, bokoblins are dead. Or no, they're not bokoblins, they're boblins. That's right. Call me Quick Draw. Bam! I missed. That one didn't miss. Yeah, arrows? Thank you. There it goes. See, here's the thing, is that I haven't gotten the other heart piece yet. One of them is in here. Or there's a chest, there are 2 chests in this room. 1 chest in the last room. And I feel like we should probably get it. Just to be safe. Because now that we've activated this, like we're pretty much in the clear. I don't think there's any chests on the first floor. Yeah, we're good on first floor. In that room. Isn't that the Elder's room? How did I miss a chest in the Elder's room? It's probably just rupees. But actually, as we've established, rupees are pretty solid. We need them to buy potions. Okay. I don't think this is the heart piece. I think this is just rupes, but again. Yeah, it's just rupes. That's fine. It's not even worth it. It's 10 rupes. You played me, sir. It could be in that room we were just in, the crane room. Ah! Nope. No luck. Fine. How do I? Oh, hi. That's unfortunate for me. I really wanted that health, Tektites. I really did. I really needed it too. As we've established, health is the one resource I don't have enough of. Yeah, I should stop playing risky, but also risk. Am I a popular board game? Because man, I sure am risk. Is it just down there? No, it's on the other side of that, right? It's not right there. This is underwater, which it could be. Let's check the other room first. Is that a hook shot point? Or a claw shot point? No, okay, it's just decoration. I was gonna say, it'd be weird if there were claw shot points in this dungeon. Oh. Here we go. This actually might be a heart piece. It's a big chest. Please? Please? Hey! Thank goodness. Yeah, well, first of all, finally that we have 5 hearts. Also, finally that we don't need to listen to that incessant beeping for very long. I mean, we'll probably get back down to it in Fyrus, but that's fine. I'll have a fairy for backup. Yeah, that's fair. I wanted to hit boots after that. That's fine. I probably would have landed in the water though, so probably best that I didn't. Fyrus is like the easiest boss in this game though, so if I die to Fyrus, I'll be sad. I don't think I've ever died to Fyrus. But, you know, there's a first time for everything, and it's pretty much now. I do love this next room though. It's a fun little like charge to the end. Oh! I just shot his arrow out of the air. That felt great. I forgot you could do that. Are either of these fairies? Nope. Oh, hi. What's up? One more round? They just forgot I was here. The disrespect. I served you up and you forgot about. You didn't even charge. You had so much fear in your heart. You poor man. You poor goblin creature. Okay. Pots, please? Over here. Okay. Where's the fairy? Oh. What? That's gotta be it. No? What? Come on. What? What? No fairy. I feel mocked. Lied to. Deceived, even. How rude. How rude of them. Fine, we'll do it without safety. Whatever. I'll just beat Fire's first try. Who cares? I did get cheated. I thought that was a guaranteed fairy, unless I just picked it up without noticing. Hi, Fyrus. Dude, shout out to the Goron Elders for getting him locked in here in the first place. I don't know how they did it. Please don't. What did I just say? I said please. Does that mean nothing to you? Okay, we're fine. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. One more? Okay, that's fine. Come on. Play nice. Thank you. Oh yeah, for sure. Link's Awakening I've had pre-ordered. I actually pre-ordered the Dreamer edition. I got it through Best Buy. So it's gonna come with an art book, which I'm very stoked about. What? I hit the wrong thing. Finisher! At least you can finish with style, per stream regulation. Yeah, I have it pre-ordered. I'm stoked. It really is. I mean, like, this is legitimately the easiest boss in this game. Like, without a doubt. It's, like, there's no time for him to attack you once you hit him for the first time. It's fine. The finisher is cool, though. I like that you can kill every boss with a finisher. Yeah, Link's Awakening I'm really excited about. I've never beaten the original Link's Awakening. I've played it several times, though. The original is very hard for me to play for a number of reasons, mostly relating to technical limitations. One being the limited amount of buttons, and the other being because the graphics are so limited, it's very hard for me, like, to me, it's very hard to distinguish one area or one screen from another, including like dungeons, overworld, whatever. So I get lost very easily, including Oracle. The Oracle games are the same way for me. But the remake looks so good and fresh, I don't think I'll have any of those same issues. Darbus! Guys, you're finally here. Well, first of all, 6 hearts. Hell yeah. Second of all, it's finally the end of our Darbus % run. That is time, my guys. That's time on our Darbus %. I hope everyone had a great time. I know I did. You know, not many people do Darbus % runs. I think it's a really underrepresented category. The strats have come such a long way. All the movement has come such a long way. Like all the routes, for a long time we had the same route for Darba's Percent for like years. The last big resurgence was back in like 2013. But recently we had a few people just like show up in the Discord one day in the community and like really make a big difference. Taught us a bunch of new strats we didn't know about. Really changed Darba's Percent. Really just changed the whole thing. And so I'd like to thank Darbus, also Darbus, Quick Draw McGee, Slow Roll Magoo, and JD for being there. You, Grayish, you were there too. Everyone was there. So thank you all for really bringing up Darbus Percent to the level it's at today. Can we get a round of applause? Thank you. Thank you. Really good round of applause. Darbus Percent, everybody. Everybody loves it. Darbus Percent. Coming soon to GDQ near you. Real talk, I would love that. I would love a Darbus Percent. Hell yeah, 6 hearts. Gotta go some groceries? Okay, man. Thanks for hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. Have fun getting groceries. Heroic Soup. You've done it. You finished your Darbus Percent run. How does it feel? Soup. This is so totally rad. You finished Darbus Percent. Yeah. So sweet. I always forget that Link has a girlfriend in this game. Because he already has Midna. Which, why would you choose anybody else? Hell yeah, Colin. You grew up so fast. In like a week. So good. Such a good game. Talo and Beth are like, what's this? Bowing? Okay. I guess we'll do the same. Malo's sitting in the back like, what? I am a baby. So good. Love it. Well, that's gonna do it for stream today, everyone. Again, another whole area, another whole dungeon down, which feels great. It feels really good. Okay. We've talked. My official schedule via Discord says I'll be streaming again on Saturday, which I definitely am still planning on doing. There is a minuscule chance I'll also be streaming tomorrow, which I had not planned for, but plans might be changing where I would have the time. If that's happening, I'll definitely let you guys know via Discord that it is, and then you'll know. So if you're not on the Discord, what are you doing? Get in the Discord. Find out about the next Darbus Percent. Yeah, that's it. So next time we'll do more of this. Lanayru province is longer than like every other province, at least in the first half of the game, from what I remember. So I don't think we'll be able to do all of Lanayru and Lake Bed Temple in one sitting, especially because I remember Lake Bed Temple taking a really long time. I remember it being like the most confusing dungeon. So my guess is that we'll do Lineru Twilight and build up to Lake Bed and next stream. And then just continue next stream after that. Yeah. So probably gonna be streaming again on Saturday. If I do stream tomorrow on Friday, I will let you know, and that would be sick. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Gresh, for following. I really appreciate that. Thanks, JD, for hanging out with me for pretty much all stream. Love that. As always, happy to have everyone here. And hope to see you all next time. Peace.